Hi, my name is Danielle Brathwaite Shirley. My pronouns are they or she, and my main occupation is an artist and archivist.
My name is Judea, my pronouns are she, her, and I am a musician.
My name is Samuel Moyer Smith. I'm 23 years old and I am a trans activist, researcher, speaker and model.
My name's Shivani Dave, pronouns they, them, and I am a journalist and radio presenter.
Hi, my name is Rico Jacob Chase. My pronouns are he, him. I'm a black trans guy and I'm a director of Trans UK CIC and trustee LGBT Consortium.
I identify as a trans man.
I'm trans non-binary.
Non-binary, trans, femme.
I am a trans woman.
The thing I really love about transness is that it doesn't really have a definition or an end, and so there's not a set way to look.
My favourite thing about being trans is the strength that comes with it. I feel that transitioning, whether it's medically or not, it comes with a lot of courage, and over time you just build up this armour and this strength and this confidence, and you just feel like you can take on anything.
My favourite thing about being trans is people tell me that I don't exist, and then ta-da! It is a massive middle finger to people that are bigots.
I wish people knew that, just like everybody else, trans people are part of every facet of society. We are everywhere, and we're just people trying to live our lives in a way that makes us feel most comfortable with who we are, which is what everybody's trying to do. And I kind of just wish people would respect that.
I think one thing that people don't realise about the trans experience is that even really small actions can make a difference to an individual. So whether that's being respectful and using someone's chosen name or their pronouns, there has actually been a lot of evidence to suggest that doing those types of really small actions that may not make a lot of difference to your life, but would make a lot of difference to a trans person, can have astronomical impacts on reducing rates of suicide and depression.
People need to recognise that being trans isn't performative, and I feel like there's this misconception that trans bodies should all look a certain way. I've received it even in my own community that people have said what surgeries I would benefit from to look more passing or more feminine, and I just think it's absolute ignorance, and people should be more conscious of what they're saying.
I would say most people aren't aware that trans people have always existed. There is a rich history of trans people across the globe, and a lot of it's been removed by colonialism. So it's really important for people to recognise that we're not a new phase. We have had a place in society, a respected place in society. So when someone says trans rights, it's not something which is new, it's something which we had previously. It's a reset. It's acknowledging that trans people have a place in society, as they should.
So I draw inspiration from my transness every day. My work is about archiving trans people in the present, creating an archive for those of the trans future, hopefully. So for me, transness is everything. Transness is something that has been lost throughout history, and we need to keep and store in our own way, in our own voices, so that it doesn't get forgotten again.
I feel as if my identity is like a massive jigsaw puzzle and trans is just one of the pieces, but I do feel as if once that piece actually found its right place, that I had peace, joy and inspiration for people around me, especially in the POC trans and binary communities, because we have the intersectionality element. We have gone through so much adversity to have the confidence to say who we are, so there's so much empowerment in the community.
The person who inspires me is Lucy Fizz. For me, meeting her was the change in my life that I needed. A light switched immediately. I knew that I was trans. I'd never met anyone trans before. I didn't know it was a possibility to transition. From then on out, she just supported me. She helped me through my journey, told me the steps that I needed to take with the NHS. She was just a godsend, and I'm forever grateful for her.
I hope in the future that trans people feel more safe, that they feel more secure to be themselves. Obviously, I hope to see improvements in human rights and in healthcare and in being able to change your name and your birth certificate and the gender recognition process being revised. I hope to see more exposure, more representation and more honest and authentic narratives.
I hope that all trans people can just be who they are, unapologetically, freely, and without worries of repercussion, and just get to do the things that they want to do.
In the future, I hope trans people just get to live their lives. I just hope that us being trans becomes less and less of a thing, and we start just becoming part of the wider population and ingrained within society rather than remaining on the fringes.
For the future, I want us to have an equal place in society and to be embraced and loved unquestionably.
Oh my God, when I feel the most joy is when I'm coming out of the shower, towels wrapped around my waist, and I catch a glance of myself in the mirror and I see my body the way it was supposed to always have been, but only recently started to look that way, and I get a lot of joy out of that.
I feel the most joy around my trans identity, at least, when I'm at Trans Pride. That for me is the highlight of my year. I get all of my friends to come down, even people flying over from overseas, and we spend the whole day around people that we know embrace us, and we spend the whole day with love and laughter, and that is a day that I look forward to every single year.
I feel the most joy when I am naked. I've had such a long journey discovering my body. I've had this love-hate relationship for so many years now, and I'm finally at this place where I feel peace and euphoria, and I just love it when I'm alone by myself looking at my naked body in the mirror.
There's a lot of empowerment in being unapologetically yourself. Being trans is liberation, being trans is freedom.